Welcome back to another video where I will be updating you about the latest developments on YouHodler. As many of you are wondering whether YouHodler is safe, we will also be diving deeper into the safety features and risks that you should be aware of when using YouHodler. I suggest watching until the end of the video, as I will be also answering some of the questions that we have got from our community. I'm your host Jakub from P2P Empower, and if you are new here and interested in learning how to earn safe passive income on your money, consider subscribing and hit the notification bell to not miss out on future videos. As already mentioned, this video focuses much more on the latest updates, the safety features and risks that you should keep in mind. If you are new to crypto lending or have not heard about YouHodler yet, I suggest pausing this video and watching a full explanation of how YouHodler works that I have recorded a few months ago. Alright, so let's jump into the latest updates. Over the last few months, YouHodler has added around 30 new coins. This means that you can transfer even more exotic cryptocurrencies to YouHodler and earn a yield on your holdings. What I was very excited about is the newly launched statistics page. This is something that we have requested from YouHodler and the platform delivered. You can now review the latest stats on a dedicated page. You can inform yourself about the average user balance, the average yield, or the current profitability of the platform. You can also get a sneak peek into the numbers of registered and active users. Those metrics help you also to calculate the rough assets under management, which is estimated at $2.2 billion. What's also interesting to review is the exposure to coins that people use on YouHodler. As you can clearly see, over the last months, many users moved from legacy coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum to stable coins like USDT and USDC or the Euro stablecoin. What's also worth mentioning is that some of the main benefits of the platform have not changed. The platform is still offering some of the highest yields on cryptocurrencies in the industry. Those rates have also not changed over the past months, which means that they are way more stable than the rates on other crypto lending platforms. YouHodler is still offering a very transparent and straightforward reward system with no need to lock up your assets for a specific period of time or stake highly volatile utility tokens. Unfortunately for many viewers from the US, YouHodler is still not offering services in America, which is a good sign for non-US users, as many crypto lenders that operate in the States have been flagged or already fined by the SEC, which can certainly have a negative effect on the safety of users' assets. When talking about safety, let's refresh our memory about the safety features that YouHodler is providing. Let's first review some of the user-oriented safety functions. Well, YouHodler is still offering 2FA as well as a PIN code and a biometric scan for mobile users to access their dashboard. The platform also offers a three-factor authentication, which is a feature for users with a balance of more than $10,000 that allows you to disable withdrawal requests. This can be a good feature for those who want to decrease their chance of hackers accessing your funds. The platform also offers very high security standards for users who transact fiat. You can only transfer and withdraw fiat currencies from a personal bank account in your name. The platform is using its partner NextPay to process fiat transfers. This is a company regulated by the Lithuanian Central Bank. Furthermore, the platform is also a member of the Independent and Self-Regulated Blockchain Association, which is basically a dispute resolution provider. If you have any issues, you can complain to the association and they will announce to YouHodler what to do in your specific situation. The platform's security features are regularly audited by third parties, although YouHodler doesn't disclose those audits. Moving on to some legal aspects, the platform is very transparent about how they legally operate its products. While the crypto savings account is operated by YouHodler's entity in Cyprus, the exchange and the loan service are facilitated by the Swiss entity. I appreciate the transparency here, as most competitors claim to offer services from various offshore jurisdictions, which basically means that you won't be able to legally pursue anyone in the case where they misuse users' funds. What's also interesting to point out is that in YouHodler's terms, you remain the legal owner of your coins when using their savings account product. The fact is, however, that the platform is managing your private keys. Who exactly is holding them isn't disclosed due to security reasons, but we know that they have a multi-verification system in place. In terms of regulations, we have no knowledge that YouHodler's product product have been ever flagged by any regulators. In the case of personal data management, YouHodler is following cryptocurrency standards, and all the credit card information is directly sent to the payment providers. The KYC information is also stored with identity verification providers, which in YouHodler's case is Identity Mind Global. When talking about product-oriented safety features, we know that YouHodler's servers are distributed and that they use a mix of hot and cold wallets supported by the Ledger Vault and Fireblocks technology. There are of course risks that are associated with leveraging your crypto in the case where you decide to use YouHodler's multi-hodler or the turbocharged product, which are clearly separated on the platform. Let's now dissect the risks connected to YouHodler's business model. There are various risks associated with depositing your crypto on YouHodler. Let's review some of the major points that you should be aware of. So, YouHodler does not engage in any external yield-generating activities, meaning they only use your deposits to support their crypto-backed products and their exchange feature. So, when you transfer your deposits to YouHodler, the platform might use them to facilitate their loans or use them as part of their liquidity pool for their exchange. This is extremely important as YouHodler can manage all the risks within their platform, and your assets are not exposed to external risks connected to revenue-generating activities through, for example, high-frequency trading, mining, DeFi laying, rehypothecation, or any other high-risk speculation in the crypto space. All the crypto lending products on YouHodler are over-collateralized, which means that every single borrower or trader who uses turbocharged or multi-hodler has to lock in crypto as collateral to be able to use those products. If the value of the collateral drops or if the trade doesn't go as expected, YouHodler keeps the collateral. For any depositors, this is a great safety net, as some of the competitors out there use the crypto deposits in many non-transparent ways, which increases the risk significantly. On top of that, YouHodler is very transparent about its fees, which is yet another yield-generating activity that helps to provide such high returns for crypto hodlers. There is, however, one risk element that we should consider, and it's connected to YouHodler's exchange. YouHodler has obviously their own liquidity pool that they use in order to facilitate swaps on their in-house exchange. Under certain circumstances, when the liquidity of a certain currency is low, the platform might use your assets and swap them into other currencies to meet the demand of other users who want to swap different pairs. In that case, your assets would not be backed by collateral. So for instance, let's say that I hold Litecoins in my wallet and someone else wants to swap their Ethereum for Bitcoin. If YouHodler doesn't have enough Bitcoin liquid, they might use my Litecoin, swap it into Bitcoin, facilitate the swap for other users, take the fee, and then return the Litecoin back to my wallet when needed. This is basically something that any crypto lender is doing, even with crypto lending products. As you know, YouHodler is offering a yield for 56 cryptocurrencies, but lending just in a few currencies. So they need to take your crypto and swap it in a different asset. The risk here is connected to the hedging activities. So for example, if the Bitcoin price should deteriorate towards Litecoin, while they were using it to increase their liquidity pool, this can cause losses for the platform. This is something that happens in the background, so you don't see it in your account. I've actually reached out to YouHodler regarding this, and they informed me that they cannot publicly disclose their hedging policy. So, even though all the crypto lending products are backed by crypto, there is still a chance of some losses for the platform if they don't manage the currency value fluctuation properly. So far, they have managed to protect users' assets without any issues whatsoever. But as you can see, despite the protection of your assets through collateral, there are still some risks to keep in mind. Judging by my experience and my extensive research over the past year, I can say today that YouHodler's crypto savings account is likely the safest in the industry. Alright, so now that we have covered the safety features, let's address some of the questions from our community. Some users ask whether we see a risk due to the fact that the founder, who is also the CEO of YouHodler, is originally from Russia. Well, the nationality of the founder of YouHodler, Ilya Volkov, is not a secret. You can Google him or review his LinkedIn profile. We also had a very informative interview with him last year, and he seemed much more competent than a lot of the other CEOs from different countries that manage different platforms. The team of 65 people is also operating from Cyprus and Switzerland, and no one is based in Russia, so the geopolitical risk is rather low. There is also no evidence of the owner being entangled in any controversies or scams in the past, unlike some of the managers of other platforms. So that we don't see any connection between the founder's heritage and the performance or risk related to YouHodler. When we were here on YouTube, also also asked whether it's possible to withdraw to a bank account. The answer is yes. The minimum withdrawal amount is 50 euro with SEPA or 500 euro with SWIFT transfers. You can withdraw directly to your IBAN account. Keep in mind, however, that YouHodler charges a 5 euro withdrawal fee for SEPA withdrawals and 55 euro withdrawal fee for SWIFT transfers. Also be aware that in order to withdraw fiat, you have to pass certain KYC levels, which you will be informed about in your user account. Alright, so the next question is related to YouHodler's plan to launch a card with a cashback feature. The team informed us that they have plans to launch a card for YouHodler's users, but the estimated time of launch is currently unknown. Whether it's going to have a crypto cashback feature is yet to be determined. Some users also wonder whether the interest rates are sustainable. Well, I can confirm that the rates for stablecoins as well as many other crypto assets did not really change over the past 12 months. It's possible that the rates will change in the future and that there might be a regulatory requirement to not offer interest on stablecoins, for example. In that case, you will only get interest on your crypto, which is volatile by default. Generally speaking, however, I would say that YouHodler offers the most stable rates in the industry, which cannot be said about most of the competitors. Alright, so another question is, how can I buy crypto cheaply? Well, buying crypto on YouHodler with credit card is expensive, so that's not recommended. But if you have the option to transfer fiat from your Euro IBAN account or use SEPA within the European Economic Area, you can transfer euro for free and swap them on the exchange into crypto. The minimum deposit is 100 euro and there is no deposit fee for wire transfers, which means that this is the cheapest way to do it. YouHodler also supports SWIFT deposits in the case where you cannot use SEPA. Alright, so the next question is related to the number of users on YouHodler. Currently, YouHodler has around 573,000 registered users, of which 174,000 users are active. You can, by the way, check this out by yourself now that YouHodler has a dedicated statistics page. So the last question concerns the reliability of the Euro stablecoin. Personally, in my opinion, I think the Euro stablecoin is a legit stablecoin. The reserves are audited by BDO, which is certainly more credible than some auditing firm from the Cayman Islands, as is the case with Tether. It's a smaller coin in market cap with just 124 million issued stablecoins, but from a legitimacy perspective, it's as safe as it gets in the current environment. Whether YouHodler will be able to offer yield on stablecoins in the upcoming years is unknown, as the EU has proposed to ban interest on stablecoins in their MiCA regulation that should get into effect by 2024. Alright, so I think that we have covered all the currently known risk aspects and the most frequently asked questions related to YouHodler. To summarize this video, I think that YouHodler is quite transparent in comparison to other crypto lending platforms. The support is very responsive and the platform is very easy to use. I've been personally using YouHodler for about a year now, and my current skin in the game is at around 5,000 euro, depending on the volatility of the crypto that I use on YouHodler. I can say that until today, my experience with the crypto savings account has been very good so far. If you're watching from the US, YouHodler is not available for you, but you can explore some of the other options on the market. We have developed 42 independent rating factors for crypto lending platforms to determine the overall winner in the crypto lending market. This type of content is exclusive to our members at buymeacoffee.com/P2P-Empower. I will leave a link to it in the description below if you want to check it out yourself. Our rating sheet includes data from 11 platforms and 6 categories, and it will literally save you weeks of research and months of monitoring. So despite my rather positive sentiment towards the platform, I shall mention that this video is not sponsored and it is also no investment advice. Crypto lending is risky and in the worst case scenario, you might lose your assets. If you decide that YouHodler is a good fit for you, you can review our YouHodler review on P2P-Empower, where you will find a compact guide about how the platform works. We are constantly adding relevant news or bonuses that concern YouHodler, so if you don't want to miss out on those, be sure to check out the review before you sign up. If you have been using YouHodler yourself, let me know your experience with the platform in the comment section below. I'm curious to hear what you have to say. If you have found this video helpful, hit the like button. Thanks for watching and I will catch you in the next one.